Educators carry many responsibilities in their daily routines that allow students to reach their academic potential. In an ever-changing educational system that's becoming more and more centered around technology use, there are a few more pressing factors that teachers must consider when implementing technological use within their classrooms. As teachers, we must ask ourselves, how can I promote digital citizenship in my classroom in order for my students to reap the benefits of becoming technologically literate while also remaining safe and responsible? What are some important factors to consider that impact the way I facilitate a classroom centered around technology use? In order to answer these questions, we must first educate ourselves and provide the best possible opportunity to understand digital citizenship and digital ethics in their entirety. We must also determine how we can give our students the tools to become a positive digital citizen while using technology ethically, and how digital ethics impacts every aspect of their technological use as a student and as a functional member of society.
Digital ethics, aka netiquette. Digital ethics, also known as netiquette in the digital world, is defined as the way in which we conduct ourselves using proper manners and behaviors online. According to Shea 1997, netiquette is network etiquette, the do's and don'ts of online communication. Netiquette covers both common courtesy online and the informal rules of the road of cyberspace. A few challenges and opportunities of netiquette are sharing information online, knowing the difference between online life and real life.
Smile and learn.
Hey, why are you so happy?
My parents have explained to me what netiquette is. Now I can use social media and talk to my friends on the internet without any worries and respecting everyone. Do you want me to explain it to you?
Of course.
Netiquette is a set of rules that encourages politeness and respect on the internet. It helps us relate better with other people while expressing our opinions and respecting those of others. It also helps us avoid misunderstandings and problems with other internet users. Also, thanks to these rules, we can protect our privacy and that of others. So today, I'm going to tell you about the most important netiquette rules. As you may already know, you can surf the internet anonymously, which means that no one knows who you are, unless you tell them. Because of this, sometimes we don't know the people we're talking to, and we can unintentionally hurt them. We should remember that what we say on the internet can affect us in real life. This is why it's important to protect and take care of each other as users. But in order to do that, we have to communicate carefully. While online, we can give our opinion about any topic, but we must do it with respect and without offending others. Let's take a look at this example where we talk about a movie. Hey, I think the sequel is better. Still, I respect your opinion. I find your thought very interesting, and it helps me understand the movie from a different point of view. Sometimes, when we write and send a message, someone may understand it in a different way. For example, when we want to communicate something in a friendly tone, that could be unpleasant for someone else. That's why we use emoticons. They help us make the message clear because they allow us to convey how we feel or express our intention with what we say. For example, look at this conversation. A wonderful idea! It's a good thing that he used emoticons. Otherwise, Otherwise, I would have understood the complete opposite of what my friend wanted to tell me. It is important to write as clearly as possible so that we can be understood. Also, there are some things to keep in mind when sending messages. For example, did you know that when you write in all capital letters, you're shouting?
Huh. Oh. Ooh.
An awkward situation, isn't it? Although they can be funny misunderstandings, it's good to know netiquette to avoid them. When you talk about others or tag them in your posts, it should always be to say something positive, never to insult or make negative comments. Do you know what it's called when someone misbehaves online with another person?
Yeah, it's called cyberbullying. It's awful. People who struggle from it have a very tough time.
You're right. That's why we have to treat others well when using the internet.
Wow, thank you so much for explaining what netiquette is. I had no idea, and it's clear that it's very important.
Yes, we need to know netiquette to be able to treat others well online and respect their privacy, just as we would in real life.
We've learned a lot about netiquette today, but there are still some things we don't know. In the next video, we will learn netiquette rules that apply when communicating with others, for example, on social media. See you next time!
We've learned so much in just one video. Did you know there are many more videos? Imagine how much you could learn.
Sharing information online. When sharing information, students should understand the importance of checking the facts when researching information. The World Wide Web has created an open platform for sharing thoughts and opinions on any topic, which can present challenges depending on the task. For example, if the assignment is doing a research paper, the challenge in this would be researching online for credible resources and information. This could be challenging because it may be difficult to decipher what information to use online depending on the research required for the task. However, sharing information online with others can also present great opportunities to expand individualized thinking as long as it is presented in a respectful way. Online life and real life. Knowing the difference between online life and real life can present some challenges, as communication through words and symbols can be misread. The most important thing to remember is knowing the difference in online and real life. Communication should always be presented as if you were speaking to someone face to face, showing respect and understanding for others' thoughts and opinions at all times. The idea of online versus real life within digital world can also provide an opportunity to students by helping to improve their soft skills and help students better understand what is socially acceptable when working and collaborating online in different environments. This idea can also spill over in the real world as it contributes to students' lifelong learning experience.
Now that you know what digital netiquette is, let's take a look at the next element, digital rights and responsibilities. Just like the Bill of Rights in the American Constitution that guarantees our civil rights and liberties, there are also basic rights extended to every digital citizen. So, what is digital rights and responsibilities? As defined by Ribble and Bailey, digital rights and responsibilities are the privileges and freedoms extended to all digital technology users and the behavioral expectations that come with them. This basically means that although, yes, you do have the right and freedom to use digital devices and technology, you also have the responsibility to use them in an acceptable and appropriate manner. For instance, although you have the right to digital access using any device that you choose, such as a laptop, iPhone, or other mobile device, you also have the responsibility to take care of those devices and to follow all the website and school's acceptable use policies, including giving the original author credit for their work or asking permission before you share, download, or post. With the right of freedom of speech and expression, you have the responsibility to be respectful and inclusive of others by using appropriate language and behavior, and to report anything that seems inappropriate or harmful, such as bullying, harassing, or sexting. And lastly, with the right to online privacy and identity protection, you have the responsibility to keep your personal information private and safe.
As kids are heading back to now, experts are urging parents to talk to them about potential digital dangers. Online predators, scams, and cyberbullying, all things they could easily face online. Tonight, Erica Stanish is talking to experts about how parents can protect their kids and what they should be watching out for.
Yeah, limiting time online and having parental controls are just two things that experts recommend that parents do to keep their child safe while online. But they said the most important thing really is just having a conversation with them about the dangers and the risks, just so they understand. David Hickton, the founding director of Pitt Cyber, said there are tons of dangers online, including just by posting private information, falling for scams, or interacting with child predators. Hickton says that parents should set restrictions on their devices and again have those parental controls to limit what they can do or see online. But he reminds that you also have to monitor them while they're not at home.
You know, children are going to be curious. They are going to be under the spell and influence of sort of the least common denominator of their friends. I think it's very important as parents to recognize this, and you're being a good parent by being very difficult here.
Now, experts say you can't avoid the fact that kids will be using computers and tablets almost on the regular, especially now during the school year, but monitoring it and knowing what they're doing, whether they're at home, school, or with friends, is key. Now, the FBI also has an online tool to help teach children how to navigate the internet safely. We have more information on how they can do that on our website, kdka.com. Reporting live, Erica Stanish, KDKA News.
Cyberbullying and knowing how to be a responsible digital citizen are just a few of the serious challenges that digital students face. However, along with these challenges, there are also some great opportunities, such as the chance to observe and practice tolerance and acceptance for those who are different, and how to be an upstander when you come across someone being bullied.
The internet and social media platforms connect us with our friends, family, and peers in new ways. Sometimes people take advantage of these platforms and use them to spread negative messages about others. Cyberbullying, or bullying that takes place on the internet, can be just as bad as bullying in person. People can use the internet to send mean messages to someone, spread fake rumors, or share someone's private information without permission. When someone is cyberbullied, their feelings can be hurt and their reputation can be damaged. You cannot always prevent cyberbullying, but you can play a part in making the internet a friendlier and safer place for everyone. Here are some guidelines you can follow to promote digital civility online. Live by the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated, whether you're in person or online. Avoid sending negative messages and participating in behavior that can hurt someone else. Respect differences. We're all different in many ways. When you interact with people online, respect their differences in opinion, experience, and culture. Even if you don't agree with something that another person shares online, you should still treat them with respect and make the internet a friendly space for communication. Pause before replying. Before you share anything online, always pause and think about the consequences. Will your message hurt someone else? Will it damage your reputation or the safety or reputation of others? Think twice before sharing online. Stand up for yourself and others. If you feel unsafe online, You should feel comfortable to remove yourself from a situation and report it to someone you trust. When you see cruel or dangerous activity online, offer support to those involved and report the incident to someone you trust. We can all play a part in making the internet a safe and friendly place for everyone. Do your part and be a responsible digital citizen online.
Now let's look at some tips for being an upstander instead of a bystander when you come across cyberbullying.
So, how do we accomplish teaching ethical digital literacy standards to ensure the rights and responsibilities of our students? The most important strategy is to be purposeful in our lesson planning, making a point to incorporate the standards. Julie Smith at the Techie Teacher encourages reading picture books to elementary students about digital literacy standards and gives reasons why using picture books is a strategy for teaching student rights and responsibilities of digital literacy. Number one, using mentor text and reading strategies. As teachers, we want to maximize our time and cover as much as we can with every lesson, and using a picture book can teach digital citizenship along with reading and language arts lessons. We can teach our reading strategies like main idea and details, cause and effect, sequencing, making inferences, and more, along with teaching our digital citizenship. We also have books with relatable content. Students like to read what they can relate to, and having picture books are relatable. For instance, the characters are overly involved in video games, engaging in cyberbullying on social media, or texting personal information to strangers. Listening to and reading stories that present difficult safety issues and how the characters overcome those obstacles can provide important lessons for our students.
Another reason to use picture books is for discussions that can contain relatable content for our students. This prompts wonderful discussion topics in which students can share their own experience, work together to problem solve, and simply bring awareness to issues they may face in the future and what to do when something arises. And it's great for morning meetings. We also can use these digital literacy picture books for writing topics. Students' stories present many different reading response opportunities, and students can acknowledge through writing. This will allow for students to think deeper about digital citizenship topics and devise a plan of attack for when they do experience an uncomfortable situation when they are online. Without a doubt, our children at some point will run across an inappropriate picture, witness cyberbullying, end up on a non secure website, and the list goes on and on. But what will their next steps be? We also can reference these topics throughout the year. Reading digital citizenship themed books together as a class will provide references that you can refer to throughout the year. This will help the class make text to text, text to self, and text to word connections. Also, if a student is not a good digital point throughout the year, you can possibly refer back to a character who went through a similar situation and talk about the consequences they faced and what they did to resolve the issue. Another strategy we can use for teaching digital literacy standards is using interactive games. Common Sense Education provides a curriculum for grades K through 12 to promote digital literacy. They provide interactive games by grade level to engage students in an active digital learning. Interaction with games created for grades 3 through 5 include lessons where students learn how to create safe and secure passwords, when logging into Digital Passports, which is the program that Common Sense Education provides, and for all other accounts they create. Students reflect on what it's like to multitask on a cell phone and consider the benefits of focusing on one task at a time. Students evaluate examples of online messages and decide what information is appropriate to share and when. Students respond to cyberbullying scenarios and are prompted to make choices to evolve into an upstander. Students learn how to choose effective keywords for searching online. They practice selecting keywords that are most relevant to a search prompt. Along the way, they will discover tips for narrowing their search results. Students remix media content to create a new creative piece. Along the way, they give proper credit to the artist and whose images and clips, sounds they use. So, using these interactive games can allow our students to have a better understanding of using netiquette and their digital literacy standards.